Okay, y'all. I just had to like ground myself because I've attempted this video a few times and I have gotten interruptions. So I pray that we can just go ahead and get through it this time, guys. Okay. I'm an air sign, so I have to breathe like a lot. Okay. So I am the Cero Plug. I do thank y'all for getting connected. Okay. I'm here today to do a video. I'm calling it like a understanding your card readers video. Okay. There's some things that I feel like y'all trust me so much when y'all come to me book readings, and you just trust me with your business so much that I need to let y'all get in my business just a little bit. Okay. So my goal today is just to get to for my viewers to gain clarity on why I started card reading, what type of card reader I am, and just to kind of get to know me a little bit. Okay. Um, so first thing first, guys. There's a lot of people who ask me that question: what made you start reading in the first place, right? So I'm gonna kind of take you down my journey of how I started, why I started. Okay. Um, Also, let's just clear some things up off top, guys. I'm not a psychic. Okay, I'm not that so Raven. Okay, I read cards. Okay, I've always felt like I was very intuitive, right? Before I even had a thought in my mind to even read tarot cards, guys, I've always been like an energy person. I've always been a person that could kind of peep people's vibe, and I don't know. I just felt even like when I was younger that like people were just kind of predictable, and I've always had this thing to where I really wanted to know people inside out. And you have a lot of people who are very sheltered, people who don't express themselves or put their wear their emotions on their sleeves. I'm that type of person. I'm an open book. But you have some people that are not. And so I guess I've always uh, craved just to know a person, right? Who they are on the inside, okay? Because a lot of times what people are on the outside is not even really who they are. So I don't know. It's just a thing that I've always wanted to do, a thing that I've always been interested in, guys. So another thing, I love astrology, so I'm one of those one of those people. And if you know, you know. If those who already know me, I'm the type of person I used to wake up and check my horoscope every day. Okay, if I feel lost or I need some guidance, I'm checking my horoscope. Okay, so even when other people are having a bad day, I've always been kind of like that person to go to and talk to, the shoulder to lean on, the ear to listen, in all areas of my life, whether it's personal, work, whatever it is. I always extend myself to others, okay? I always felt like I was a blessing to others in a sense of like people can come to me if they need to feel better, right? A healer, now it's like a witch doctor, right? Because I've kind of shifted lanes. But yeah, just a healer, more so, guys. I've always wanted to be that person. I think more so, I always felt like I needed me a me, right? Um, so basically, with how the cars came in, guys, um, about a year ago, I was going through my own stuff, like my own obstacles, my own struggles, my own hardships, and I kind of lost um, sight of who I was. Okay, it got to the point to where I didn't know. I was so confused. I was at a crossroads. I was lost, right? And I really needed some direction. Okay, I felt like at that time I had exhausted everything that I could even do to reconnect with myself. Okay, um, I feel like the universe kind of guided me towards this. Because like I say, it started with astrology. I've never in my life had a thought like, oh, I'm gonna be a card reader. It never crossed my mind at all. So yeah, I feel like it really just came to me and it just worked. It was natural. So like I said, I was going through my own stuff. I kind of felt like I lost sight of who I was. And I always felt like I was a feeler, like I felt things deeply, more deeply than others. And so I got to a point to where I became really numb, and I was like, hey, this is not me. You know, it was a really uncomfortable place in my life, and I needed something to kind of connect me back to me. So I was seeking for answers, and I couldn't find them, right? I think back in November of 2019. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll be all the way honest. I even, did the whole talking to a psychic thing. I started doing like, they have the little chat where you could do it on your phone and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is just getting out of hand, right? I cannot be talking to all these psychics. I can't be looking for answers here, here, and here, right? Um, and I was praying about it, and I was like, I really need to find my peace. I really need to reground myself in this moment. So, with me being the person that always checks the horoscopes every day and all that, one day I was just like, you know what? Let me just YouTube Gemini Tarot. So, I did, guys, and this was back in November of 2019. And the first video that I resonated to, when I say it was just so on point, like by the time I was done with that video, guys, I was like literally in tears. Like the reader had broke down my whole life at that moment. She gave me so much clarity that I was like, I just needed this. Okay, it was like it was understanding. That's what I gained from that reading, and it kind of really made me look at myself. Okay, like, you know what, something needs to change. Okay, you cannot keep going on the way that you're going on. It's in your face. How many more signs do you need? And guys, that was for my own personal reasons. Okay, that was my own personal journey. That was my own personal choice. One thing about these cards is I would never force these upon anyone. Okay, people hear a tarot reader and they automatically revert to the stigmas and the cliches of a tarot reader, Miss Cleo, whatever. But I feel like once a person does their own research, then they'll gain better knowledge of what it is that different card readers do. Okay, like I said prior, I'm not a psychic, I'm a card reader. So and I make my own connection with this stuff, right? Some people connect in other ways, a little deeper than how I do it. I feel like I connect in the way that I'm supposed to. Even people that ask questions like, well, how do you tarot read? Can you teach me how to? And my thing is, guys, I don't feel like nobody can teach you how to tarot read. They can give you insight on it, but at the end of the day, you have to really ask for guidance when you do this type of stuff, because your journey could be completely different than the next person's. Okay. So basically, me starting card readings was solely just for my own personal reasons, guys. I needed clarity in my life. Okay, I needed guidance. I feel like I needed something to connect with. I needed to connect with my intuitive side again, because I feel like I lost that connection. I needed something to just put me back together, and these cards really did that for me, guys. And then watching the videos, I just felt like it was so therapeutic watching the card reader shuffle. Sometimes when my nerves get bad or something, I just grab a deck and I start shuffling. Okay. I started, those were like my daily affirmations. Get up, pick up a deck, and what do I need to know today, spirits? Okay, give me a message for today. It kept me going, right? It got me out of that dark place. Okay. Yeah, and that's basically why I started reading, guys. But another thing that it taught me was I had gone through so much at that time in my life. I just felt like everything around me was chaos. Everything was chaotic, right? Doing my research with the tarot reading, I learned that you cannot really read other people unless you are grounded yourself, unless you've done your shadow work, unless you've done your healing, unless you are at a place of peace in your life. Although we all face many struggles each day, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna be perfect, but it really pushed me to really heal. Okay, shadow work, it really pushes you to dig deep, and figure out what it is. Why do I feel this type of way? Long story short, guys, these cards really made me understand the importance of being healed. Okay, I cannot service anyone else. I cannot be of help to anyone else if I'm not help to myself. If I can't fix myself, how am I going to offer that service to anyone else? Okay, I had to gain clarity within my own life. And like I said, it was personally for my own journey. But when I started kind of like, um, advertising or putting it out there that I had a deck of cards, I had some people contact me like, hey, can you do me a reading and things like that. And when I started getting feedback like, oh my God, that was accurate, I really, that's when I took it even more serious. Like, oh, people are actually wanting a reading now. So that means I have to do my part, to be able to give them the clarity that they need, or to be able to receive these intuitive messages. Because if your mind is all over the place, guys, your third eye is closed, you're not going to really be able to receive any messages. So it's very important to be serious about your peace when you're doing card readings. Okay, I know a lot of people feel like, oh, anybody can do that, or anybody can do that. Well, I mean, if you feel that way, go for it. But it really taught me that no, anybody just can't. You really have to be at peace with yourself. You really have to be at peace with the people around you. You really have to be in a peaceful environment and practice peace on a regular, guys. If you really want a clear, intuitive message, yeah. And on top of that, you have to learn all 78 tarot cards, okay, in your own way, right? There's a lot of behind the scene works that card readers put in that people don't know about, okay? But that's okay, because I'm on this side and you're on that side, right? A lot of people don't know what goes on. So my goal, like I said, was just to do a video, kind of just to give clarity on that, what I do, why I do it, type of reader I am, guys. I'm just an energy reader, okay? Like I said, I'm not a psychic, okay? You really just have to watch my YouTube videos to kind of catch a vibe. That will give you an idea of how I do my personal readings. Most of my personal readings since I've started have been in video format. So yeah, I just do your video, send you a link. Your video will be listed as private, unlisted. I think unlisted, and so only you and whoever you send that link to would have access to your reading, okay, and it's yours, okay. All right, guys, few more things that I want to touch bases on. So my starter pack, I just want to show y'all my starter pack on what I use to start my journey. My first deck of cards ever was Mystic Mondays. This is what I started with, guys. Ordered my first deck from Amazon. This was my study cards, right? This is how I learned all 78 of my tarot cards. This is the first deck I've ever connected with, okay? And then this, okay? The Intuitive Arts on Love, guys. This book is the very first book that I've got when it came to readings. I feel like this book kind of just came to me. I was in a bookstore, and at the time I was patrolling the area. I was doing some security work, and I had never just really went into these businesses, but someone was like, go in there. So I went in there that day, and I remember walking to the cashier, and I was like, hey, do y'all have any books on tarot? And so she was like, well, if we do. And she started walking. So guys, she's walking, and they have these tables in the front of the store that have all these different books on display. And I just happened to look at the table she's walking on, and I just stopped and I looked at the table, and this book was like literally in my fucking face. Okay, so this was the first book that I started really doing my research on tarot cards. Then I ended up getting, they have one on health, they have one on like family, on money. That also, guys, Another way that I learned my cards was, of course, Google. I also sat and watched a lot of other card readers on YouTube, guys. Even though the cards mean a certain thing, one thing I've noticed with card readers is they come up with their own definitions. They connect with their cards in their own little way. Okay, that's why it's very important to know who your reader is. It's important to know how you receive that message from your reader. Be mindful of who your reader is, right? One example I always tell people, like when you're joining a church or when you're going to different churches, you know, you're not going to connect with the pastor at every church. You know, find the one who delivers the message to you. Find the one who touches your spirit, who moves your soul, okay, and go with that person, guys. But yeah, so that is my understanding your tarot reader video, guys. Just know that when you get a reading from me, you know, I do look into the past and the present. I can ask the spirits about messages from the future that they may want you to know. But more so, guys, I just listen. You know, I listen more than I talk. And I've always just felt very intuitive, guys. So this was kind of just right up my alley. Let's see if I need to touch bases on anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna do another video. This one was just to give clarity on why I started card reading in the first place and how I do my card readings, guys. Getting to know your card reader was my purpose of this video. I'm gonna do another video, probably a couple more. I know I want to touch bases on why I charge for my readings. Okay. There's a few other things that I need to touch bases on, guys. But more so, this video was just to understand me as a reader, okay? And understand why and how I do what I do. I really appreciate everybody who has taken the time out to support me, to support my channel, to actually show up, okay? I feel very passionate about what I do. I'm not just ever just doing something, okay? I'm a Gemini, so we are into a lot of different shit. You know, I know some people may be looking like, damn, she don't know what she want to do. Like, a year ago she was writing, the year before that she was rapping, now she reading cards. I do a lot of shit, okay? And I'm not for everybody. Please believe it, okay? And then also with this card reading stuff, guys, like I said, a lot of people have their opinions, and there's like a stigma with card readers. So off top, people's guards are just up when it comes to getting a reading. But understand, my intentions on giving people readings are just for them to gain clarity in their current situation, okay? My intentions are for people to come to me for affirmations, okay? My goal when I do a reading, good or bad, you know, despite the cards that pop out, is to give that person motivation again, to bring life back into this person, to give them understanding again, bro, to just keep going, okay? Those are my intentions with these readings, guys, okay? And I feel like, I know my brother says this a lot, when your heart posture is in the right place, then your intentions are, and so whatever you do is just going to be from a good place. You're going to get good results because your intentions were pure from the beginning, guys, okay? I'm going to touch bases on some more stuff, guys. I really want y'all to tune in. That way you have an understanding on who I am and what I do. And that's just what it is. So again, I am the Tarot Plug. I want to thank all of you for getting connected, okay? I will be back with more videos, guys. And until next time, be blessed.